All right, everybody, welcome to Best Bud Growers. I don't care if you are a pro or an amateur. This is definitely the channel for you. I guarantee you, especially some of the ways that I do things, it would be a learning experience for you, even if you're a pro grower. So one of the first things is I strongly recommend these babies, Meerteeth sacks. They're amazing. I got 25-gallon Meerteeth sacks. They're huge. As you can see, they take up most of my tent. But they're great. One of the great things they do, especially if you're an amateur grower, you might overwater your plants. It'll flood out. It sucks because you have a mess to clean up. But if you overwater your plants, you'll be like, oh crap, it'll flood out the bottom, and you'll know that you overwatered your plants. And then you'll have a mess to clean up, but you'll know to use less water next time. So that's really going to help you if you're an amateur grower, to help learn how much you should give for your soil and the amount of soil you have. It's going to give you a good feel on how much water to use. So I definitely strongly recommend these. They also allow your roots to breathe a lot better. They're a fabric, so they allow your roots to breathe. And they also are great for keeping your root systems warm during the winter and cool during the summer. They do this, they're amazing. I wouldn't recommend growing in 5-gallon buckets. The other reason why I recommend these 25-gallon Meerteeth sacks, and also if you notice, there's a difference between my soils. I do a great organic soil. This is just straight dirt. I'm a big organic grower. Everything I do is 100% organic. But I do my dirt, regular dirt. I did a 50-pound bag of kelp meal, a 30-pound bag of worm castings, and a 5-pound box of blood meal. And those really up the NPKs in your soil. And if you notice, my small plants are right in the pot. My pots are really big and they're right in the pots. I don't transplant. I'm not a transplanter. I don't know why people do this with red solo cups and they start there in there. But I start right in the pot. And I don't want my plant, it's too small. Like right now is a perfect time to slowly introduce your plant into your NPKs. So if you're doing a mixture with your water, I recommend taking that general mixture that they give you, and you're going to cut that into 4s, and you're going to give it about 25% of that, and then the next watering you're up it to 50%, and then the third watering give it the full mixture. You just give it a full mixture, it's going to shock your plant, and it's going to be really rough on it to try and take in all that nitrogen, especially if you're doing, like you should be, a higher nitrogen mix. Your plant's not ready for that. But the way I do it is I plant it in just soil, so it doesn't have any NPKs, and then as the roots grow, it'll slowly introduce itself to its own NPKs much more naturally and organically. So it's really good stress-free life. Another reason why I don't grow in red solo cups, I really think it's an amateur thing to do, is the way your root systems grow is they grow sideways and down. That's how they grow. And you'll notice when you go to transplant your plants from your cup that the roots are only about like an inch down. They're not very far. So what is happening is your root systems are growing out and they hit the side of that red solo cup and they're forced directly down. So what that's doing is causing a root restriction, not allowing your roots to grow naturally and big and healthy, so you can have a big healthy plant. You're causing a root restriction. And then you'll also notice that you also have to wait till your plant gets about this big to transplant, because when you transplant a plant, it's stressful, and so you need it to be a much bigger, healthier plant, so it can take on that stress. So you'll notice your roots will hit the bottom of that cup and they start to bunch up because your plant's so big, it ran out of room to grow, and that's also stunting your growth of your plant, causing root restrictions. So when you plant just in your plant, just in your pot, you got 0 root restriction, and you're not causing the stress of transplanting. So I don't ever recommend. I recommend these 25-gallon Meerteeth sacks. I don't recommend starting in a red solo cup. I just did, regular potting soil. I made a red solo cup size hole with a red solo cup, made a size, and filled it with plain potting soil, no NPKs, and I let this plant grow a stress-free life. No root restrictions, no overwhelming nutrients, no stressful transplanting, nothing. They get to just grow naturally and organically and slowly start to introduce themselves to this NPK soil. So that right there, if you guys watch my video, follow my video, that right there is going to give you some good, strong, healthy plants. I strongly recommend it. You're going to learn a lot of things in my videos. So definitely. So that's this video today. We're just kind of giving you an idea of how to start some good, healthy, stress-free plants. Get these 25-gallon Myrtille sacks, make an organic soil mixture, and then make a red Solo Cup whole size. Plant your plants right in there. Don't transplant. Don't cause any type of root restriction. They're going to have so much room for those roots to grow, and they're going to make big, strong, healthy plants, because your roots are the most important part, one of the most important parts to a plant. I mean, if you got a crappy root system or a crappy soil that's growing ain't feeding your plants how it needs to, you're going to stress your plants out, and they're not going to look good. So that's today's Best Buds Grower 101. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. If this is Instagram, be sure to hit the follow button. And then if this is Facebook, be sure to hit the like button for more videos to come.